support women in business and to grow their businesses, to show the world what they have to sell. And we do this on very different mediums like YouTube, online magazine, Instagram, Facebook, so many social media platforms. Today we have a special guest with us. Her name is Kim, and she can introduce herself to you now and her company. Hello, Kim. How are you?
Hi, good morning, Zelda, and hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. So my name is Kim. I'm an Australian living in the Middle East. I've had lots and lots of years out of my home country, which could explain maybe not a really strong Aussie accent. The company that we formed with a friend of mine is called the Bees Knees, and we're in the sustainable kitchen, low toxic space, sharing lots of things that we like, use and love and recommend. And we have a range of products to help support people making choices that are less plastic, less single use, more sustainable in their home. So that's the Bees Knees Dxb.
Right. It sounds amazing. And you're going to share with us some of your product information later on. Kim, I would like to know why did you choose to go into sustainability products? What was the drive behind it?
Yeah, so not I think like a lot of people, not a straight line into this space. I've always had an interest in food and exercise, and that really was exacerbated a couple of years when we had a bit of a health crisis in our family. And in amongst all of that, I really started to dig into, okay, there's a lot that may be outside of our control, but what can we influence? So what do we eat? How do we source that food? How do we remove as many toxins as possible from our home? Are we getting enough sleep? Are we doing the right exercise? We've got people to meditate and to work on stress. So it was through that space that I was exploring kind of this whole 360 piece. And I think as soon as you start to delve into that, in particular food, and then you start to look at where your food is coming from, how it's produced, how it gets to you in a traditional supermarket. And if you start to question that and start to look at alternatives. So it really came from that health interest space. And we were in Thailand on holidays, and I saw this product for sale in a little shop near where we were staying. And it was a replacement for plastic for single-use cling film or saran wrap or even aluminium foil. And I thought this was a revolutionary idea. I'd never seen it before. I'd never even thought of it. And at that stage, you know, we were trying to buy organic vegetables. We were using reusable shopping bags. But I really, as a consumer, felt like there was a lot more that I could do. But it just seemed like a big, scary space. And I would look at these zero wasters and think, I don't think we could ever be the family that has one glass bottle of waste at the end of the year. And so as a result, I was a little bit unsure about what I could do, and it felt a bit overwhelming. And I saw this product and I bought it for us to use, came back here, and I loved it. Yeah. And I thought it's organic, it's low toxins, it's getting rid of single-use plastic. So we're in the recycling space. And when I looked, I realized that you couldn't buy these products in the Middle East. And there were little places that were selling some similar things. And I just thought, well, I'd never really done anything on my own before, and thought, well, I needed it. I didn't know about it. Now that I know about it, I'm now seeing a whole lot of other things that I could do. So we decided, let's bring these in and help people take a step in the right direction. So it was really this bit of travel, a little bit of an interest, and then this moment of, if that was enough to get me started on my journey to now composting, to recycling, to growing vegetables, maybe we can't do all of it and we can't do everything, but maybe there's a little thing that each of us could do every day and do consistently that impacts us. If you've got children, thinking about children and thinking about the environment. Yeah. So it was a very wiggly route to get to where we are today, with reusable wax wraps and replacements for produce bags, and running workshops on how to have and build a sustainable kitchen and a sustainable home.
Tell me a little bit about, give me one great tip, advice on what really works for you in the kitchen. Like,
Yeah, so I think the first thing that we've done is, and made a big difference, was planning what we were going to eat. Because what we do know is that food waste is actually the biggest. A third of what we purchase actually goes into waste for most consumers. I always thought it was cafes, it was restaurants, it was supermarkets, it was somebody else's problem. And the more I've looked into it, I realized it's actually us at home. And so the place that I realized, I mean, it's easy to take reusable shopping bags, yeah, and to buy in bulk, but I found that by thinking about what as a family we want to eat during the week, looking at what's already in the fridge, looking at what's already in the cupboards, and then shopping for what we need in addition to that, and with a planned menu for 4 or 5 days of the week and enough that there's leftovers for lunch, we've made a huge impact in terms of the food that's not being wasted. We're eating, so I find if we plan our meals, we actually eat better, and then the leftovers, it's a healthier choice. We're not going for the not so good food. So I feel for me that meal planning and looking at what you already have and using everything that you have, for me, has made the biggest impact to us as a family in terms of the food waste. Byproduct is, I think, we're eating healthier as a result.
yeah. And I had an interview with a nutritionist just the other day, and it really struck me once again on how our bodies need healthy food and
Yeah.
how we should control the portion intake and all of that. Thank you so much, Kim. I think that is really, what I would love to. I would love to write a book about this, because when you have your carrots and you're peeling the carrots, what do you do with the skin? I know that there's a lot of people that's using that in stews and soups and things, and that could also be effective for your health. Because a lot of especially if you buy organic, you don't actually need to strip away that.
You don't need to peel it.
Yeah,
you can eat it. And I always say a little bit of dirt, especially when it's come from an organic farm, is also okay. Yeah.
Kim, thank you so much. Tell us, what is the Bees Knees Dxb long-term goal or short-term goal? You tell us.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question, because I you wonder whether you're kind of on your own thinking about these things, or the more people you speak to. We felt like we went into hibernation in the last 12 months. So we had some very grand plans around platforms and product lines and what we wanted to do. And, that COVID and what's happened in the last 12 months, and maybe we weren't going to be where we were going to have to relocate. There was a lot that went on. So I feel like we went into hibernation for probably about 6 or 8 months of last year, and I feel like we're just warming up again. So whether that was a business on pause, and a little bit of a kind of a re-look at what we're doing and what space we want to be in. So I think the big piece for both of us, with my partner in the business, is that the reason we started this was we had people coming to us and asking us, how are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you getting your ideas from? So for us, it's really about, how can we share as much information as possible? How can we take our readings, our learning, our podcast, our watching, and share links in, because everybody's going to come to this in a different way, and different things will resonate with different people. So I think the big piece for us has shifted from, certainly there's products, because we believe that the products we're selling, like the wax, the reusable wax wraps, are just so simple and so easy to use and make such a big difference. But I think the other piece that we're really interested in now is How do we help share those resources? How do we give as much information in a way that makes sense for people? So I think it's that education, it's that supporting people, helping them understand what are the things that they can do, how can they do it themselves. If they don't feel they can do it, what is the support that we can provide, or what can we do for them? Yeah. So I think a little bit longer term, it's not so much the financial success, and a little bit like what you're doing, Zelda, it's about community, it's about supporting people. And I feel that when you're doing things because you're passionate about it, that comes through. And if that makes a difference to someone who then goes on and makes some changes in their lives, then that would be success for us. So it's that community, it's sharing of information, trying to be as judgment free, and also to say, look, we don't get it right ourselves, we're trying things and they're not working, but this is what we're learning along the way. So I think there's a piece around, yes, there's products and we need to sell those, and how do we access the right people, but I think the longer term piece is around the education and helping people jumpstart their sustainability or their wellness piece, and how can we help them to do that. Yeah,
Right. Thank you so much. We're going to, I know that you are also, you've got another meeting waiting for you. I'm going to share screen your Instagram page quickly.
oh, excellent.
There you go. So, yeah, you've got a good amount of followers already.
We're getting there.
Here it says that you have the reusable wax wrap products. So we at Ladies Enrichment Club Worldwide encourage other women out there and men to follow the people that we interview. Please do your bit, follow them, support the Bees Knees Dxb. Kim, you can take us through. You have lovely colors here of, this is the wax, right?
Yeah, so we have a range of reusable wax wraps. You'll see that on some of the posts, but you'll also see the posts are sharing, you know, learnings from podcasts and quotes that we found inspirational. So it's not just a sell. So we've got the reusable wax wraps. They're packaged in different combinations of sizes, but essentially they to replace single-use cling film or saran wrap, glad wrap, aluminium foil. You'll also see, you're just scrolling down there, Zelda, we've got bags. So the same product is hand stitched into bags. So all of these products are handmade, and we're supporting a small community in Thailand where the wraps are being made. We also have recently introduced these bread bags. So this is a way to, they're recycled from recycled plastic. It's a B Corporation that we're supporting. And instead of getting from the bakery your bread bags, your bread in plastic bags with the ties or the twists, you take your own bag along. Yeah. So a range of products there to really simple things, like easy places to start. Yeah.
It's so important for us, especially in these days. I just read one quote here. Yeah, this one. I really like, it's the original plastic. It's the free alternative. Wrap, wash, and reuse. This is your wax. So
Yeah,
for how long can you use one of those wax wraps?
Yeah, so you can, we say with a little bit of love and care, like us, you should get 18 to 24 months. I've actually got a couple of wraps here that I have used at home, and these ones are over 2 years old. So they have wax in them, they have tree resin, they have coconut oil, and it's organic cotton. So it's a fabric that's infused with this mix that makes them sticky. So you can put it over a plate, over a piece of fruit. This particular wrap I've had for over 2 years. I can see I took it straight off the sourdough that's proofing in the oven, so it's got a little bit of sourdough stuck to it. So 18 to 24 months. Once you've used them, you just rinse them in cool water. I just leave them on the draining board to dry off. I fold them, I put them in the top drawer with the tea towel. So these are constantly in and out. I've got one in my handbag that's got dates wrapped up in it. The bags, we see mums using them for kids' sandwiches. So, you know, it's not single use, it's reusable. We also sell the wax that if you if you lose all of the wax,
Yes.
you can re-wax them, and then at the end of their life you have a piece of fabric. So if you're a home sewer, you could use something, or you can then compost it. Yeah, so they're really low tox, low impact.
Wonderful. What an amazing product.
They're so easy. Yeah, like crazy simple little idea.
There you go, Kim. I think that you have a bestseller there for the future. And I would like also to get some of those. I'll be in contact with you. Now, what advice can you give to women out there that would like to think more sustainable?
Yeah. So I think I think the secret is it's habit. Yeah. So we often do things that we don't even realize we're doing them. So it's habit change, and that we know is not easy. So the key to changing or doing things differently is one small thing at a time. Repeat it until you get that familiar, and the rest of the family is also doing it, and then find the next one to go on to. So for me, the wax wraps were super easy. We still have a roll of plastic wrap left from a couple of years ago, but it is hidden away, and it's very rare that that gets used. So that was a very simple. Once we got that working, I was also using reusable bags at the supermarket. Then I switched to not taking the plastic bags at the fruit and veggie section, or shopping at supermarkets that don't package everything in plastic, where there's loose fruit and vegetables, what we call food in the nude. Yeah, so food that doesn't have any packaging. And for me, the other piece of that is you then can buy exactly what you need, because sometimes you have to buy a quantity that's prepackaged that maybe you won't eat it, and so then it goes to waste, and you're paying for that as a consumer. So I think we would start with some simple things. So just look at what you do. Don't be overwhelmed, but choose one thing and do that well, because if we all do one little thing, we're all making an impact. Yeah. It's good to look for inspiration, and Instagram is great for that, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, a little bit. Where do you start? So choose one simple thing: a wax wrap, using reusable bags, shopping at a store that doesn't put everything in plastic, going to a farmer's market, so you're supporting more local, more regional. It's not being flown around the world to get to you. Eat seasonally. You start to do this, and you'll start to come up with other ideas. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think we're a case in point. If someone's out there with an idea, and I think every one of us has great ideas. Every one of us has skills that other people need to know about. So I would also say, and my experience of a lot of South Africans, and I've done a couple of visits there, is that you're very entrepreneurial. Yeah, lots of people have side businesses, lots of little things that they're doing. So I think there's also that piece of, I think everyone's got something to contribute, and if you think you do, just go, just try it. Don't worry if everything's not ready, but just get started on it, whether it's your sustainability journey or whether it's this great idea that you've got that you want to share with the world. Get started, do something today.
Great advice. Thank you, Kim. You have Instagram account. Do you also have a Facebook account, or you only?
We do.
You do.
Yep. So we have Instagram, which is where most of the posting is happening, but we've also got Facebook. So same, the Bees Knees Dxb is where we are on Facebook, and you can interact with us on either of those platforms.
Yes, great. So everybody, go follow them on the social media accounts.
Thank you.
It is something that we all need to support these days, is sustainability, and see how we can reduce use of plastic. And now, will you collaborate with LEC by giving something away?
We would. So again, Zelda, thank you very much for reaching out and giving us this opportunity. So thank you for doing that, and for the work that you're doing to support small businesses and women. Really great work. So I think there's two things. One is we can share with you a QR code, so you can scan that on your phone, and that will give you access to a free download, which is our top tips for a sustainable kitchen. So anyone who's out there not sure where to start, then that would be a access to a free download with just some ideas from us. The other thing that we'd like to share is this is our beginners set. So this has 3 wax wraps in it, a small, a medium and a large. It's actually our most popular product. Lots of different colors. This one is my particular favorite. There's pineapples and bananas and oranges and stuff in there. So what we would like to do with you, Zelda, is give one of these away to one of our clients, customers, people that are watching. And to do that, we would like you to follow the Bees Knees. We'd like you to follow the LEC Club. And by doing that, we'd also like you to tag a friend who would like to know about these products. That will go into a draw, and I would say probably the end of next week, Zelda, we can draw the winner for that set of beginner set of reusable wax wraps.
That's amazing. We will do the draw on all the comments. So please comment on follow, comment, like, share, ping. I don't know what else. There's so many words.
Stories.
Yeah. And then we will take all the comments from the Bees Knees, from LEC, Instagram, from YouTube, and we will put them all on an electronic wheel, and we will have this only for the UAE. I think, Kim, maybe as your business grow, you will grow and you will maybe one day be worldwide. But for now, we will do the only for the UAE region. So thank you, Kim, for your time. Thank you for the giveaway, and best of luck with your startup business. And
thank you, Zelda. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been great to connect with you.